Earth, our final frontier. We have traveled deep through space and have found your planet in need. We hope we can help you relax, Earthlings. Relax and join us.
There we go. Hey everyone. Distracted by all those emotes. I'm like, oh my god, pinball emotes, no way. Are those so that's from is it just like a pinball channel? That is awesome. Okay there. Okay. Okay. I do like a lot of sub tonight. Welcome! Hello everyone! I am so excited tonight. Tilt life. Because we're starting Kentucky Route Zero. And not only are we starting it, but all the chapters are out, so we won't have to wait for any of it. Like the game literally has taken, I think, like 9 years from like inception to maybe conceptualization to completion. And I am so excited. And Molly and I have a particular strong bond to this game because back on our other channel, Escape Velocity, we used to do gaming nights on Saturday, but it just proved like doing Friday night and Saturday night when all we have is the weekend because we work Monday through Friday. It was too much. So we had to cut back. That's why everyone started doing the Thursday afternoon show. And so we had started playing Kentucky Route Zero. Molly was with us for that. We really liked it. And then we stopped doing the gaming streaming. And then I tried doing Kentucky Route Zero again on my stream. And it was during an ASMR stream, and the game like wasn't as quiet per se as I remembered. So, ah, thank you for the host, Manda. The projection screen, yes, that was the other thing too. So our gaming setup back in the old channel and the old apartment, um, it was we have a projector and the way we had to set it up is I was streaming on my laptop. We didn't have the streaming PC yet. And we had to set up a webcam like velcro to like a little pole stand right in the middle of us that was actually the webcam was capturing the projector on the wall. It was nuts. Hey Andrew, yes, you like the spaceship? I haven't thought of a name for it yet, so if you guys think of one. Oh, and by the way, did I fix the bridge noise? Can you guys hear the beeps in the background? Abs! Hi. Because I can see my sound meters moving. I can hear it in my monitors. But do you guys hear? Do you hear it? Boop boop beep 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 boop. Ah, thanks, Amanda. Yeah, I've been getting some better lighting so you can actually see my hair. My hair has been this sort of color pattern for probably 5 years or so. But with not having like great cameras and lighting, like you usually can't see it. Says anyone hear the background bridge noise? The craft is affectionately referred to as the Howling Turbo Bucket, with all the guys and the repair dogs. No! Oh my god, that's so frustrating. I can't figure it out. I hear it in my monitors. I see the sound level meters moving. Okay, I'm gonna do something really quickly, you guys, because there's supposed to be like background sound, not just me talking. So give me a second. Okay, that's in sounds. Of course, I put it in there. Okay. I'm gonna play it manually. I gotta go to the manual airlock. Do it by hand. All right, I'm taking a spacewalk here. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Is it that one? Yes. Okay, now do you guys hear something? Okay, yeah, I don't know why that wave is not coming through. I just have it playing off my computer right now, but that doesn't help me if I switch a scene because I'll manually have to like turn it off and on. So, yeah, don't know why that does not work through OBS. Okay. I hear Wesley pressing buttons. Mr. Crusher. Okay, so as you know, we have our new segment, the Earthling of the Week, which Rachel is going to talk about. And I'm also adding a new segment to that. It is the new segment is going to be sort of like a quick topic about. Shut up, Wesley. It's next generation. We're going to be talking about stuff that relates to space, either about space travel or about our, like exosphere, future technologies that are going to help us get into space or terraforming or, interstellar travel. And so, yeah, so we're going to do that. But first, let's go to Rachel and let's see the animal of the week. And by the way, before I go on, how is everyone? Does anyone have any awesome news? Anything cool? Anything crazy going on? I know, I know A1 had a snafu today with the camera. Luckily, it's fixable. It's fixable. Oh yeah, Andrew. So almost done with the RPM album. I put together another track a couple days ago. So I have 18 minutes. So I have 17 more minutes to make. I'm like, I can do it. Um, So if any of you are not familiar with the RPM program, it's like a community-based project that challenges artists and musicians specifically through the month of February to create 10 tracks or 35 minutes of music that you're recording and making during the month of February. So yeah, it's just I'm trying to do it. I have like I said, I have 18 minutes, 2 tracks done so far. I think I can do 17 minutes in the next, was it 3 days, like 2.5 days we have. So it's been fun though. It's been really cool. Do it! I am. I'm really shooting for it. I'm really, really trying. Ah, yeah, catch. Yeah, he bought a gangsta mixer that'll not work like it's supposed to. I know. And I keep on wondering, is it OBS? Is it slobs? Do like other streaming softwares not have all these crazy audio input monitoring issues? Like, I don't know. I know. So Andrew, I saw you invite everyone that you're gonna do like a post RPM stream, but for us, this sounds terrible. You're doing it at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we're usually still asleep by then. Only because on Friday our show goes until sometimes like 2:30, 3 a.m. and then we have to like raid and post breakdown and decompress, and we're coming off the long work week, and so we're not usually like human till like 2 p.m. That's the only reason. That sounds really bad, but even if we got to bed at 4, 12 noon is like 8 hours, and Saturdays are my only day like I completely sleep in. I'm exhausted, so everyone knows we go in on, yeah, we go hard on Fridays. We really do. We leave it all out there. Oh man, so you're still having problems? Ah, geez, that's nuts. I'm hoping once I get like a big girl mixer, like that may solve some issues, but that's what she said. Rave till the grave. Exactly. Yeah, I'll be buried with like purple and teal hair. If I don't know if I'll be buried yet. I have no clue what I want to do with myself after I die, but at one point I was gonna have myself frozen. Cryonauts, you know. I'm just too worried I'd wake up 500 years later and they turn us into like slaves or some shit, you know. But you can do it. Alcor Life Extension Facility located in Arizona. You can either have your head frozen or your whole body frozen. They will take care of that for you. Okay, so let's go visit Rachel and we'll get to the Earthling of the week, and then we will talk about space junk, and then we're gonna get into Kentucky Route Zero. Much excitement. Okay, all right, so let's get over to Rachel. See now, yeah, I gotta pause the space sound. Change scenes here. Okay. All right, I'll be back in a second. Turning it over to Rachel.
Hello, Earthlings, and welcome. Tonight we're going to talk about the blanket octopus. Yes, this is an animal on your planet. Now, the blanket octopus is called such because when it feels threatened, it will unfurl these giant curtains to make itself appear quite large. And in fact, they can grow to be up to 6.5 feet long. What's interesting about this cephalopod is that the disparity between the male and the female species is the largest in the non-microscopic animal kingdom, with females getting to be as long as 6.5 feet and males being 2.5 centimeters. Centimeters. The size difference is 10,000 to 1. Pretty crazy. These creatures are very beautiful. Another super interesting fact about them is that they are immune to the Portuguese man o' war's stingers. But not only are they immune to the Portuguese man o' war venom, they will actually go up to the Portuguese man o' war, rip off one of its long tentacles that has poisonous barbs on it, and then use it to whip other creatures. So this octopus uses tools from another creature that it uses to kill its prey. Very smart animal. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I just think they're beautiful. The collective loves watching them. I'm surprised the collective gets quite mesmerized by them. They also, when they mate, the male, he has an arm that, there it is, the hecto, oh, it disappeared, but that little arm right there will break off, and then the female can hold on to it, and she will choose when she wants to fertilize her eggs. Unfortunately for the male, once he gives his arm away, he pretty much dies soon after that, having served his sole purpose in life. But the female will carry on to grow and unfurl her beautiful curtain wings, which she can also detach if she's in real danger and they act as a type of net for an animal that might be bothering her. And that, Earthlings, is your animal of the week that you maybe did not know existed on Earth. Oh, there's the Portuguese man o' war right there. Yeah, so they're immune to them, but they'll pull off their tentacles and whip other creatures with it. Let's turn it back to SenseNet. We're going to talk about a very important topic of space junk. I see the collective is deep in thought about audio equipment. It's very important. We deal with it here at the collective every day. We understand your pain, Earthlings. And let's go back to SenseNet. See you guys next week with another rare Earthling.
You guys are so funny. Listen, this is important stuff to be talking about. Oh, well, why? So, oh yeah, I did Galaxy nails. Check it out. I bought this like purple, like glittery nail polish, and then I had this like black. You can't see it, but it's like a color changing magnetic polish. And then I just put like some stars and gems on them. And I didn't start out to do my nails like this. It just happened. As I put one color on, I'm like, that'd be interesting. Oh, well, that'd be interesting. Hey, Asian, what's up? Asian, did you see the blanket octopus? Oh, we just went over the Earthling of the Week. I should probably try to do that like a set time. Upper Deckers, yes, the tentacles! Ooh, snap. I like the rare Earthling section. Well, it's so neat because there's so many animals on our planet and we don't know hardly like a tenth of them probably, and some of them are just amazing. I mean, oh, you probably missed it. Okay, hold on. We gotta flip back for Asian to see this crazy blanket octopus. I'll just flip back over real quickly and then yeah, check this out.
Hello, Asian. Here you go, the beauty of the magnificent blanket octopus. Enjoy its ambient splendor. Okay. The whipping octopus. Yes, Molly, you're absolutely right. Yeah, Asian, it will steal the tentacles from Portuguese man o' war because it's immune to its venom and rip off one of their barbs and then use it to whip other creatures as prey. All right, back to SenseNet.
Hey, Earth! I go around the house like singing that transition. Like, oh, I have to like readjust my hair after. Yeah, the AIs don't like the bangs. Okay. Yes, very kinky, Andrew. Yes, the octopus that has a whip. That should totally, you know what, the blanket octopus should totally be like the animal of like the S&M world. That should be their animal mascot. A little octopus holding whew, the barbed whip. Ah. Okay, so now we have a new segment. This will be the scientific part of it, and we're going to talk about space junk. So, again, I decided to start sharing with you guys the items that put us down the rabbit hole late at night. And I we watched this video last night and I knew space junk is out there. And I know that like particles as big as like a millimeter can do like catastrophic damage because of how fast they're traveling. But I did not know to the extent of it. So we're gonna watch a little YouTube video together. We'll chat. We'll talk about it. And yeah, I just found this absolutely fascinating. And what's even cooler is, yes, Abs, as someone who actually put stuff in space, you've never had a conversation about it. Wow, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, Abs is our space expert right now. um, heck yeah, it's big. Okay, so where's my video? Um, yeah, because well, yeah, they talk about that. There's oh my gosh, what's it called? I think they talk. No, I don't think it's in this video. There's a point when you have two bodies of mass, and you know you have the gravitational pull of each, but there's like a point where you can be like right like in a neutral point where one isn't necessarily pulling on one or the other, and there's like a name for that, but I don't remember. Okay. The Lagrange point. Lagrange. Yes, thank you. You guys knew it. Awesome. Yeah, I love my space people in here. Okay, so let me go put on that video and make sure it's up. Yeah, that's what my screen looks like. Brr. Okay. Alrighty, so let's put this on.
This episode of Real Engineering is brought to you by CuriosityStream. Watch over 2,400 documentaries for free for 31 days at curiositystream.com/real engineering. On March 27th, 2019, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced to the world that India had conducted its first successful anti-satellite test, launching a 3-stage missile from Abdul Kalam Island on the northeastern coast of India, with a trajectory taking it over the Bay of Bengal. A trajectory that would eventually lead it to intercepting India's military satellite, Microsat-R, 283 kilometers overhead.
So much
the
stuff
740-kilogram satellite met its end when the kinetic kill vehicle plowed through it, shattering it into hundreds of pieces, which proceeded to spread in Earth's orbit. The test was universally condemned,
Don't buy into the
a
hype.
completely unnecessary political posturing move that added significantly to Earth's growing space debris problem. This isn't some far-off distant problem that we need to worry about, and the probability of collisions occurring is not only continually rising, but there have already been several collision events that have damaged the International Space Station and other high-value satellites. We can't blame the current state of affairs entirely on anti-satellite tests like this. Every single time we launch into space, we generate some sort of unwanted waste. Solid fuel rockets deposit aluminium oxide particles, explosive bolts fragment into pieces, even chips of paint can cause issues. In 1983, the Challenger space shuttle was struck by a 0.2mm chip of paint that managed to gouge this pit out of one of its windows. In fact, in the first 67 space shuttle launches, 177 impacts were found in the windows, 45 of which were large enough to warrant a replacement window. Post-mission analysis determined that all of these impacts were caused by space debris.
Yes, they do talk about a lot of it does fall back to Earth
by aluminium alloys, 37% by paint chips, 12% by steel, 5% by copper, and 2% by titanium. At $50,000 a pop, this did not come cheap. Based on these numbers, the space shuttle had a 67% chance of impact, causing significant damage to the windows during their 10-day missions. And these probabilities have only risen over time. In 2007, the likelihood of a collision between any satellite in low Earth orbit and a piece of debris over 1 centimeter in size was 17 to 20% in a single year. That statistic increased to 25% to 33% later that year when China tested their own anti-satellite missile. By 2010, the chance of a 1 centimeter piece of debris striking a satellite had increased to 50% a year after 2 full-size satellites, Iridium 33, a US communication satellite, and Cosmos 2251, a retired Russian communication satellite, collided at 42,000 kilometers per hour, obliterating both satellites and producing over 1,000 fragments over 10 centimeters in size and many more too small to be tracked. So, the chances of collision are not small by any measure. They are common, and it's only a matter of time before another serious incident like this 2009 collision occurs again. So it is prudent that we design satellites to be capable of not only withstanding small impacts, but capable of dodging larger ones.
Thanks for stopping
the
in,
ISS,
Catch.
for example, is designed to withstand objects up to 1 centimeter in size and can dodge larger trackable objects 10 centimeters wide. The biggest danger to the occupants of the ISS
we're gonna
are objects in
talk
between
about this a
these
little bit,
sizes
and then
that are
probably about
untrackable but
10,
large enough to
15
cause
minutes, we're gonna get
serious
into
damage
Kentucky
to
Route
the
Zero.
International Space Station. When the ISS was being planned, NASA laid out a basic risk management policy that the probability of any critical component of the ISS being penetrated by space debris would be less than 19% over 10 years. A critical component is characterized by anything that could potentially lead to loss of life if it was damaged, and designers are careful to correctly categorize each component on the ISS to ensure this is the case, which often involves performing hypervelocity impact tests here on Earth. This resulted in things like batteries and ammonia accumulators being characterized as non-critical when they didn't explode during tests, and so received less shielding than other critical components. Space debris is just a fact of everyday life on the ISS that astronauts need to be aware of. To get a better sense of what it's like living with this,
cool.
I spoke with former ISS commander Chris Hadfield.
Yeah, listen to this
on
guy,
the phone.
this is neat.
When you're on board a spaceship, you have a constant undercurrent awareness of the ever-present risk of something hitting your spaceship and causing a leak. Sort of like when you're driving a car, you always know that at some point you could have some sort of accident. You know, it's not heavy in your mind. You know it happens. You know the odds are that eventually it will happen for sure, and you just have to find a way to live with it. And so the way we live with it is to understand the risk as accurately as we can. We know the statistics. We know the relative risk of man-made debris versus naturally occurring debris, and we know how the space station is designed to resist it with the multi-layer shielding, and then we also have procedures.
So let's talk about that shielding first. Shielding the ISS with heavy plates, as tanks do here on Earth, is not an option. This is the damage a 13mm spherical bullet will do to a 13cm aluminium plate when travelling at 7 km per second. It prevented penetration and only just managed to prevent a large chunk of spall to break off from the interior surface. At 13 centimeters, a 1 meter squared aluminium plate like this would weigh about 338 kilograms. When the ISS started construction in 1998, the per kilo cost to launch to the International Space Station's orbit using the space shuttle was about $93,400, placing a 1 meter squared shield like this at a cost of $31.5 million. This is an extremely inefficient use of material, and the ISS uses something much more elegant called a Whipple shield. The Whipple shield uses the debris' own velocity to stop it. At 4 km per second and higher, the energies involved are so immense that the projectile itself breaks apart and vaporizes on impact. Whipple shields take advantage of this by creating a shield that is composed of several thin sheets of armor separated by space. So, when a meteoroid or debris does strike it, it first breaks up into thousands of smaller superheated fragments, thereby spreading the energy of the impact over a larger area for the following shield layer. The European Space Agency conducted tests of their Kevlar Whipple shields, which protect their ATV vehicle. They did this by shooting a 7.5mm diameter aluminium bullet at 7 km per second, which tore straight through the Kevlar shield, but only left a scorch mark on the 3mm aluminium wall behind it. These kind of impacts occur fairly frequently, and as Chris Hadfield told me during the call,
if you just sit quietly
this part,
by
this
the
is so
wall
cool.
of the space station and wait a while, you can hear things hit your ship. And that's kind of an interesting thing. It doesn't happen too often, and sometimes all you're hearing is the vehicle cooling and heating in the sun, so you're hearing the natural popping of metal expanding or contracting. But occasionally you hear just like the sound of a small bullet or high-speed stone banging into the thin aluminum hull of your ship.
So, astronauts are occasionally reminded of the space debris problem and have to be careful not to.
I found that so interesting because you always wonder, like, what do you really hear, you know, when you're on the space station? Like, what are really the sounds that you're listening to? And yeah, you know, the sounds of the ship contracting, you know, with temperature changes, but every now and then, bam, bink, or bink, bam, but yeah, you'll hear stuff hitting it. I'm like, that's wild.
Cut their suits while on spacewalks on sharp impact edges. While this is a highly effective form of shielding that minimizes the weight of shielding needed, it is only effective for smaller debris. Larger particles would tear right through the shield, and for those circumstances, the ISS and other satellites literally have to dodge the incoming shrapnel. Ground-based radar, like the Haystack radar, are the main source of spatial data we have on space debris. It is an X-band radar system that simply stares at selected points in space and waits for debris to pass through its radar beam. This gives us size, speed, and direction information, which is fed into a database that allows NASA and other space agencies around the world to predict potential collisions. When a collision is predicted, maneuvers can be planned to allow the International Space Station to dodge it. But these maneuvers come with a cost, and Mission Control needs to assess if the risk is worth that cost. They start by drawing an imaginary box around the International Space Station, 50 kilometers squared and 0.75 kilometers deep. This acts as an exclusion zone, and any tracked debris that passes through it will send an alert to Mission Control. From there, careful risk analysis begins. If there is a 1 in 10,000 to a 1 in 100,000 chance of collision, the ISS receives a yellow warning, which means flight controllers must perform avoidance maneuvers if they do not interfere with mission objectives. This can be as simple as interfering with microgravity experiments to forcing the Soyuz to miss a launch window. If there is a greater than 1 in 10,000 risk, then a red warning is received, and the International Space Station must take action. Control momentum gyros can be used to alter the station's orientation, while thrusters on the FESDA module or on docked vehicles can be used to provide the necessary acceleration. Boosting to a higher orbit requires expensive propellant, but the ISS already needs to perform reboosts every few months to maintain its orbit, so these dodging maneuvers will just alter the scheduling of these already needed boost burns. These exclusion zones exist for all satellites in NASA's database, and on March 29, 2012, Julie McEnery, the project scientist for the Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope, received an automated email alert
She has a pretty
informing her of a
crazy
predicted
job.
incursion between Fermi and Cosmos 1805, a retired Russian spy satellite, where the two would pass within 700 feet of each other. The decision on what to do with this information was left to her, and the lessons learned from the previous satellite collision were not lost on her. In order to ensure they did not collide, Fermi would need to rotate away from its view of the sky to point its thrusters in the direction of travel. It would then perform a 1-second burn that would separate the two satellites crossing temporally. These thrusters had not been tested before, as they were designed to take the satellite out of orbit at the end of its life. And so, there was significant anxiety within the team that they could malfunction and end Fermi's mission prematurely. Thankfully, that did not happen, and Fermi continues to give us valuable information about the universe to this day. These issues are only going to grow as human activities in space grows, and it's time we began thinking more seriously about how we manage our cosmic neighborhood. Mainstream media tends to be incredibly alarmist about this issue.
So all of that's debris that you're looking at there. Oh. So anyway, yeah, so your concern for debris is well placed. And we may be putting so much debris in space that we will close ourselves off from space travel because of the dangers it would take to get through our own garbage heap.
Space debris obviously does not look like this. The vast majority of it is too small to see. Occasionally, we have massive debris, like the upper stage of Apollo 12's Saturn V rocket, which is still in orbit and expected to return to Earth in the next couple of decades.
Yeah, that's still up there.
But this material is easy to dodge. After all, space is a big place. We are not going to be trapped on the planet. We are not going to lose all technology related to satellites. Even now, just a few weeks after India's anti-satellite test, a decent amount of the debris will have drifted back to Earth. We can take Operation Burnt Frost, the US's own anti-satellite test in 2008, as proof of this. There were multiple similarities between this and India's own test, with similar orbits and altitudes. Data from the Combined Space Operations Center shows that the majority of the debris from this test had fallen back to Earth within 2 months, while other pieces that managed to be ejected into higher orbits eventually returned to Earth about 2 years later. This was just the larger trackable debris. Smaller debris decays faster as it has a larger area to mass ratio, making them more sensitive to atmospheric drag. Even in orbit, molecules do exist that collide with satellites and debris, causing them to slow down and lose altitude. This isn't a reason to ignore the problem. If the problem continues to grow as our space activities grow, the potential loss in money from damaging collisions and the potential chain reaction this would cause in a busy Earth orbit is going to motivate efforts to fix the problem. It's not just the cost of the satellite that will motivate efforts. Entire economies have been built upon the services they provide. International treaties dictating space operations need to be updated to mitigate the issue, ensuring any satellite placed in orbit will be required to be capable of bringing itself out of orbit and be capable of dodging debris when needed. As we saw earlier with Fermi, this is a feature of some satellites, but not all. Some satellites simply become giant bullets when they retire. This cannot be allowed to continue. This alone will not be enough to ensure space debris is kept to a reasonable level, and active clearance may be needed if trends continue. Launching more objects into orbit to solve the problem seems to me to be a very expensive and ineffective way to deal with the problem.
Speaking of sails, so not tonight because we're just going to finish up this video. It's a couple more minutes, but I did watch a video about solar sails and how they worked, and it was pretty awesome. Learning about all the protons, how they bounce around from the sun, and you can get propulsion from protons. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Someone will have to fund it, which will be difficult as most companies want to add things to space, not remove them. Not only that, but it will also add to the space debris problem with the natural byproducts of launches.
And definitely, if you can, try catch the VOD because Kentucky Route Zero. I'm going to be playing that. I don't know how many weeks it'll go on for, but it's a really unique game. It's pretty cool.
Being capable of taking down larger objects. A more promising technology that will involve using high-power lasers that will be powerful enough to ablate material from the object, which will provide thrust to slow its orbit and thus increase its rate of decay. There are issues with the technology like this, as it could be used as an anti-satellite weapon, which would not sit well with other spacefaring nations. To overcome that, it would need to be a joint venture between all spacefaring nations. Just as the ISS became an international effort to unite mankind, cleaning up our cosmic neighborhood can become a uniting problem. International cooperation and rivalries have long been the driving force for advancement in the field of aerospace. World War I and II advanced aviation at an unprecedented rate, and its conclusion led to an international race to the moon. If you want to learn more about this troubled birth of aerospace, I highly recommend watching this documentary titled Pioneers in Aviation on CuriosityStream. It will take you from the early years of the Wright brothers to the foundation of the Boeing and Douglas.
So that's that. So a little video about space debris. If you weren't familiar with it, the thing that just boggles my mind about the space debris is that objects are moving so quickly that something as small as a paint chip can do such major damage. That's like mind-boggling. But yeah, like I picture like us creating like a giant like asteroid junk belt around our planet. That's what they make you think, like, oh my god. But yeah, most of it falls back down. But I definitely think how, we're starting to be concerned about the junk on our own planet, like recycling and what we're going to do with it. We probably do need to really think about what's happening to all the crap that's out there in orbit. Yeah, assuming that paint chips hit are standing still or moving a fraction of its speed. It's crazy. I've done the math. Hey Gray, what's up? All right, let me close this window. Close that window. Go back here. Okay, and now the moment we've all been waiting for. The game of the century. Hey Gray! Space is full of junk. Thank you. Yeah, we just went over, we learned about the Earthling of the Week, which is the blanket octopus. And we just learned about a little bit about space junk and what's all out there and what happens to it. How fast is space junk moving compared to the speed of light? Ah, thanks, Gray. And with that, Spake is calling me. Oh, thank you so much, our resident astronaut, Abs. Thank you. I love that you're able to join in for the space chat to keep us tempered, since you have real world people, IRL people who actually really deal with this stuff on a daily basis. Alright, let me go get the game set up here. Let's close some of these windows. Close. And oops, I didn't mean to close that one. Close the wrong one. Hold on. What you been up to, Gray? We're about to start the game. If I can find this. There we go. Okay, there we are. Ah, I am feeling overall better. Yes, thank you for asking. I have my new pillow with me right now. I've been sleeping differently. I've been walking around a lot more, and we just ordered a new chair tonight. So hopefully we'll be in by next Wednesday. Aw, lots of amazing things since your birthday. That's awesome. So good. And the game is downloaded and installed. That's crazy. What? Oh. Speed of light? Well, which one is it? Oh, the jade green dragons. Jade's so pretty. Oh, Kentucky Route Zero's on Steam. That's right. I'm like, why can't I find it? Open up Steam. Alright, let me go to my library. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a new, let me do a window capture here. I forgot I had this set up on Epic for the other game, but I didn't set this up for my Steam yet. Yes. But no. Oh, I'm on the, I'm on the wrong scene, no wonder. This game isn't for you. Oh my god, so yeah, we did download Borderlands after that stream last week, and oh my god, it took hours. Okay, let me go to the gaming scene, and then load it up on there. Alright guys, let's get into it. I'm so excited. So excited. So excited. Okay, now let's pull up this screen here. Where is it? Do window. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna do that. Let's do something else. Hold on. Window capture. Yes, we want to do Steam. And we need to move it down here. Okay, now let's play, see if it comes up. Alright, it's loading. Oh, you guys can't see it. Ah, there we go. Oop, no, back. Ooh. We want to do the reel to reel? Yeah. Let's do the audio. Yeah. I know, I was torn between like the videotape and the audio tape, but as soon as we're musicians, I gotta do the audio. Act 1. Here we go. What are limits and demonstrations? The entertainment. Here and there along the echo. Un pueblo de nada. That would be a nothing house? House of nothing? Okay. trying to go into settings, see if I can like turn up the sound or anything. Oh, here we go. Options. Audio. Ah, there we go. Yeah, let's turn it all the way up. Captions, yes. Oh. Interesting. Huh. Let's do that one so it's easier for you guys to see. Okay. City, text size, human lion, mammoth. I'll leave it on that. There we go. Oh yeah, Gray, so I was looking at like streaming chairs, but a couple people on our Discord were like, screw those. It's just like in name only. Get a Herman Miller chair. So I found a used Herman Miller on eBay. I have high hopes for this thing. Never spent so much money on a freaking chair, so better be good. Better solve all my back problems. Remember Blue, Molly? It's Blue. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words, Lisette's Antiques, Furniture, Glassware, Curiosities. Joseph sits between gas pumps and a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Oh, great, that would be fantastic. Yes, thank you. I will need help with that. Jeez, Andrew, that's cheap. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles, I don't know, beer bottles, whiskey? Lost a tire or something, and spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. I blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? You know we gotta pick Blue, Molly. See, Molly and I already picked Blue. We gotta do Blue. Her name is Blue. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Thank you for the sub, Valerie. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. Alright, so we are Conway. Let's watch the sunset. I got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. Awesome, Gray, thank you. Yeah, it's the truth. You got to stop and breathe on that road. I bet while you're out driving, you let your eyes wander up the tree line and you just, well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. Ooh, do you like poetry? Do you like poetry? Oh, I just like to listen to TV. I used to do a lot of poetry on the computer, but I don't have the ear for it lately. Listen, you and Blue would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of, well, to get there, you've got to take the Zero. The Zero is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. I'd have to head down to the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lets back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. Yes, the 0. The basement door is back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. And that's your flashlight. There you go. Like, I love the artwork. I love it. Oh, real quick, I forgot. Let me go just change my category to, where do I change my category? There we go. We're playing Kentucky Route 0. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the color grading is really cool. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premise. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. 4. Strictly limit the time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. Doesn't sound like a place you want to hang out in. There's people. Emily, Ben, and Bob. Oh, those are the people that made the game. Yeah, those are the game developers. Well, yeah, Emily actually I think she's one of the singers, and then Ben and Bob are. That's cool. Okay, Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Conway cleaves herself. Have y'all seen a breaker box down here? Oh, I have choices. Have y'all seen breaker box down here? Oh, sorry, didn't know there was anyone down here. We're trying to find the breaker box. Have y'all seen a breaker box down here? Did you hear something? No, sorry. I was looking at the rules again. It gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it to anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? It should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Ooh, a glow-in-the-dark 20-sided die is fancy. Actually, speaking of dice, hold on. Here's my 20-sided. It's of course it's like sparkle, purple, blue, like iridescent. So if it glows in the dark, shouldn't we be able to see it? There it is. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Alright, so I'd assume we should go return it to them. Where'd they go? Folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty, and the surface of the table is bare. Should we put the 20-sided die back or put it in our pocket? I say maybe put it back. Hey, SWAT Crunk! Welcome We're playing Kentucky Route Zero. We're deciding whether or not we should keep the 20-sided die or put it back on the table. Oh, hey Dave, what's up? Clearwater, Dave's in here. Oh man, we got two opposing opinions here. Oh my god, SenseNet. Ah, return the slab pocket. I was gonna put it back on the table. Because you may need it. Oh. I'm gonna put it back on the table. In case, like, they come back. Okay, I guess that's it for the basement. Hey, Juice! Yes, we put it back on the table. Alright, let's go back to the old man here. Just headed back to the office and you can't miss the stairs. The breaker box will be somewhere on the right side of the room down there. Why can't you fix lights yourself? There are some people in your basement playing some kind of game. Alright, I'll do it now. I don't even know if there are people in there. In the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplet is playing tricks on you. We saw some people. We heard them talking. Alright, let's go find the breaker. Yeah, I guess I gotta go back down there. I totally wasn't paying attention where he said the breaker box was. We already looked at the sign. Oh wait, maybe it's all the way over here. Here we go. Hey Dan! Yeah, it's a point and click, like, interactive dialogue game, I guess you could say. Alright, so we got the oil station back on. And I bought the soundtrack. The soundtrack is beautiful. It's on Bandcamp. There it is. Let's listen to those lights on. Yep. Okay, we better get instructions. There's some people down your basement. Oh, we already told them that. So, well, I better get those directions and head to the zero if you don't mind. So, computers in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows the way around these roads. She'll get you to the zero. Password is, damn. I usually just feel it out, muscle memory, It's kind of long. Kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. I guess we will. Conway taps a key, waiting for the computer to wake from its reverie. Type. Yeah, I probably want to enter Joseph's name. Computer doesn't know me. Great, we get to write a little poem now. And it's a haiku. Wheels slide loose. The stars drop away. I talk and listen to him talking. That's a weird. Yeah, that's really following anything. Let's try that one. magical realism, the genre. Password accepted. So here's our poem. The stars drop away, the moon throbs, you just breathe road. How's it going in there? Figure it all out? Sure you are. Let's see what Games has. Games is not real. Yeah, that really would be a tough password to guess. That really was your password. Messages? Message 1 is from Donald at hotmk.mail. Message 2 is from accounts at consolidated.mail. From Donald at hotmk.mail. Fragments dim of lovely forms. Message. Joseph, I know it's been a while, and I know you're still sore, but there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind, I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss those days in the lab, with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. Alright, so let's read message 2. From accounts at consolidated.mail. Subject, account standing, urgent. Message, Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Brownout Select. Sustained Brownout Select. That's the electric plan I want to be on. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Company. Yeah, friendly my butt. End of message. Okay, so we snooped around and read his messages. Games are not real. Let's check out the address book. That's what we came here for. We're looking for Marquez. Ooh, but let's see what it says about the 0. The 0 is not real. So why is it in there? Dogwood Drive is where we're trying to go. Address, Dogwood Drive, is not real. Alright, Marquez. Marquez Residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65, and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. So we're gonna head northeast on 65, turn left when we see the ugly tree that's always burning. Got it? Out there in Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now that the power is all weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. And who needs public access TV? She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on the road if you're gonna make your delivery. Let's talk to Blue. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. How's it going, Blue? I know, Molly, you like giving Blue treats, don't you? How about a treat? Here's some jerky from the gas station. Yeah. creeping out, isn't he? Huh? Juice. Yeah, I wonder if my southern flair has gotten a little better. It's all around me. It's funny, I actually have a coworker who's from Florida and he doesn't have an accent, but then my other two coworkers, one grew up in Georgia and one grew up in North Carolina, and it is thick. He's a good man. What do you think of this place? It's odd, I never noticed it driving by. Huh. Yes, Molly always give treats. I remember that. Alright. Well, I guess we better be on our way. And if you do have headphones on, they do play with some stereo stuff right now. Conway has nowhere to go? Yeah, we have somewhere to go. Go to Marquez. So we have to go northeast. We're already on 65, so we need to go this way. Oh, burning tree. We're supposed to turn left after the burning tree. Or at the burning tree. Maybe we go this way. A tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. Aha, yep, there it is. We completed scene 1. Now to scene 2. The Marquez farmhouse. Very dark out here, so this was exactly what the farmhouse was. Yeah, maybe I can borrow you a treat up there. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to go in the truck. Nope, not ready to leave. A street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. Thank you, Molly. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Medea, Marquez. Oh, house, yes, let's go wander around a bit. Like, I love how they have, like, the realism of, like, the silhouette here in the chair, but yet the trees are just, like, diamonds, you know? Like, I love the mixture of the art style they have. was just thinking, what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? No, I've never been here before. I know, it must seem very strange to you. I was here when this house was built, so it's never been strange to me. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed and we built this one. It was very expensive and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? I know, right? Do you like my owl? Did you see my owl? Oh, how should we answer? I'm looking for the 0. Ooh, look at the text. It's like, do you like our owl? I just realized my camera angle is like the wrong way. I'm like facing away from the screen. How can I fix that? Here we go. Flip. Ah, okay, now I'm looking at it. I'm looking for the 0. Oh, you're lost, and that old blind man sent you, is that right? Of course he did. He's nice. Did he say anything nice about me? Did he send along a gift? He said you're too smart, he asked me. He said you're too smart to watch TV. That was a nice thing to say. But he was wrong. I'm not as smart as I used to be. Well, actually, I suppose I'm as smart as I used to be, but never any smarter. I don't learn anything new anymore. I write some figures, but nothing radical. I'll bet he sent that old TV along with you, didn't he? Of course he did. That was clever of him. Molly the Treats. Will you please set it up? Then I explain to you how to get to where you're going. The 0. I know. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Ma thought she heard ghosts in the static. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't she? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful? Fearful, yeah, that's the way to put it. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in the barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now, I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Do we ask about the cousin or about the 0? Since we have a cousin in the house, let's do your cousin. That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop up north a ways by the lake, right where the Pena Peonia? Peonia. Peonia. Wherever Peonia and Rex Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with Zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the Zero is basically inevitable. Yeah, I'm very curious, Juice, to see what they get into now that they just completed this one. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. So A1, when she was just giving directions, that reminds me of the Californian skit on SNL. So you take the 540 down to Mulholland Drive, where you belong. And now she's gone. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. The skillet seasons with dust. So, I don't think anyone's been living here for a while. Okay, looks like all we can do here. So we can get back to the truck. There's like three main parts: story, art, music. There's all the interesting things. You got to go there by yourself. Some people say John was about to. Others say he was a Jew, but the Holy Bible tells us that he was a preacher too. You've got to walk that lonesome valley. You've got to walk it by yourself. There's no one here who can go there with you. You've got to go there by yourself. Oh, I didn't get any treats for Blue. There's There's some horses out around the house. I just met the strangest lady. Animals. Remember the horses you only sit an hour ahead? I miss them sometimes, the horses. Yours didn't like to sleep in the barn either. Huh. It was 3. Yeah, it was three people. Over, what, 9 years? They wanted to make it right. I read an article that said that after the first chapter came out, they gave themselves a deadline for the second chapter to try to stay like on a schedule of releasing them, and they had to push themselves so hard to reach the deadline, and they didn't get to really do the chapter the way they wanted, and they were like, we're not doing that again. We're not going to put these deadlines on us with this project, and we're going to take as long as we feel is necessary to make it exactly like how we want to make it. So, awesome. Oh shoot, where'd she say to go? Oh wait, there's a map here. So, oh, there it is. Shannon's workshop. Up north by the lake, where Peonia and Waxroot meet. Okay, so you have to go up north by the lake. Hi, Zalak! I know, Dan, right? Their soundtrack is on Bandcamp. When I first went to it, it had 4 songs, and I'm like, that seems a little short, but maybe they're only releasing 4 tracks, and it was like $5, but I paid them $10. And then I saw the entire soundtrack is available for $10, but I wanted the whole soundtrack, so I paid them another $10. So I just ended up giving them $20 on Bandcamp. But I like supporting when I can, and I love their game and their music. Yeah, I played the soundtrack for the first 10 minutes for my starting soon. And I'm using a mouse right now, but if you play with a controller, the controller I think like will vibrate like as you're driving. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Yeah, 3 people in 9 years. Yeah. I was at the artificial limb factory. A creek runs alongside the highway and it turns towards a dirty brick building. A grinding drone around the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the wall illuminate small stacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign surrounded by trees reads Artificial Limb Factory. Oh, were we supposed to turn there? How did I miss the lake? Go up north a ways by the lake. Oh, where Peonia and Waxroot meet. Okay, so where's that? Cub Run Highway. Dixie Highway. Charlie Moran Highway. Yeah, it's back here. Mammoth Cave? Oh, museum. It's a museum. The sign in front of the building just reads museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Oh, let's check out the museum. Conway steps to the museum's doors. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies open on a table in the center of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Let's look at the book. Hey, John. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're gonna wrap it up in about 10 minutes. So yes, hopefully this will help you into your deep slumber. Conway looks at the book. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A 3-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the end of the book, is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working an antique adding machine surrounded by whiskey bottles. This imagery sounds foreshadowing. Let's walk to the hallway. Conway walks down the hallway to the left. Conway's steps echo against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. Oh, let's look at the darkened display case. Conway examines the darkened display case. The display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It's unlit, and back in this corner of the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface of the case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region and then speculates abruptly about the nature of addiction. Conway examines the boxes on the walls. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contained an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One large, brightly colored wing almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. Okay, so we need to walk through glass doors. That's the last thing we haven't done. The glass doors won't budge. To apply any more force, you'd likely break them. Let's break them. Well, no. I want to. No. Okay, yeah, break them. Conway applies more force to the doors. The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead, a light switches on. After a moment, it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. Okay, I think we've done everything in here now. We have pilfered and broken things. Where's Mulholland? I need Mulholland Drive. The city chorus echoes from the church. The building is 1 story tall with a pitched roof and a 3-story spine rising from the front. The top section of the spire is made of stained glass. The interior light illuminates the pines in red, green, and blue. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Light of the last Great Awakening Baptist Church. Let's listen. Conway stands and listens to the chorus. The muffled chorus drones at a steady volume, repeating the same 2 verses without rest. Let's enter the church. Conway approaches the church doors. The front doors of the church are modest and worn. They're locked. Let's walk around the room. A ramp leads up for a few dusty metal trash cans to the church's back door. Look at the trash cans. One has a bit of something leafy and rotten stuck to the bottom of it. Another is full of unlabeled videotapes. Enter the church's back door. He finds himself in a kitchen lit by a buzzing fluorescent ceiling fixture. On the counter are a plate of moldy bread and an empty Dixie cup flecked red around its waxy rim. A set of swinging plastic doors on the far wall lead out to the kitchen. Walk through the plastic doors. Big pews sprawl unevenly into the church. A small raised stage lies to Conway's right, bare except for a tape recorder. The tape recorder's power cord runs to an outlet near Conway's feet. Conway unplugs the tape recorder. The singing stops. The lights fail. Okay. Just messing up a bunch of stuff. So, thank God. Praise the Lord, you stopped singing to Jesus. I got lost. She said to keep going north. I was going north. Apparently that wasn't right. Okay, so that's where we started. Trying to get to that place before we stop here. Directions from the Marcus farm. Up north a ways by the lake. So, the Marcus farm, we're here. Marcus farm. She said to keep going north. What if we go on this road? Oh, wait. What road did she say? Was it Dixie Highway? No, Black's Road. Okay. I don't see a lake, though. Just do it in tune. Okay. Fair enough, Psylocke. Fair enough. Oh, what's that? That's something new. Oh, good. This may be... Let me see if Gearsplaining is ready. Elkhorn Valley. Okay, cool. So they are... Oh wait, they're not up yet. Okay. So we still have a few more minutes here. Cool. Talk to Blue. Conway brushes dirt off Blue's hat. How's it going, Blue? Not sure that Leah's right about the honor ramp and Zero being here. Hey, you got something on your hat. Been digging at Lisette's flowers again? Did you pick that up on the road? Lisette's flowers, yeah. She just can't keep you out of there, can she? I think it is, John. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, absolutely safe. OSHA isn't worried at all. Awesome, Dan! I just clicked over to see if you guys are on yet. I know, Blue, poor Blue is pretty old. Oh, new person. Shannon, speaking to the large brick cell phone held to her ear. It's $200 for 2 weeks. Yeah, it kind of is an emergency. No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. It's $200 for 2 weeks. That's true. I guess he can't kick me out for another week or two. I guess he can't kick me out for another week or two. That's true. Yes, and I appreciate that, but okay, you're right. Just, never mind. I have to go. Sorry. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Forget it. Bye. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. He's borrowing money for rent from a loved one, sounds like. Stranger danger. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on and I'm looking for the on-ramp too. Are you kicking off the property? Do you believe in ghosts? Ooh, do you believe in ghosts? That's a better one. Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? No, that's not what I mean. Yeah, there was a time before cell phones. I know. I was just talking about that the other day with my coworkers. I'm like, Generation X, we're like the last generation that remembers pre-internet cell phone life, which is a pretty crazy generation to be a part of, that we lived in both worlds. We know what it was like to not have a cell phone, and we know what it's like to have a cell phone. But we're the last people. All the generations after that grew up in post-internet world. That person, can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. What haunts you? Or me too. I know what haunts you. Bad decisions, I guess. Wasted youth. Ah, well, look. Here's what it is. Oh, Psylocke. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I drive deliveries for a shop called the Sets Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making delivery to the mine? What kind of stuff you hauling? I think you're making delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. I love how they changed the text on the Zero. See how it does that? I love how they do that. Aw, Psylocke, that means so much. And don't worry about it, man. You know, you sub when you can, or not at all. Not at all. Having you here is a lot of support, so thank you. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, and so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what's been like so far anyway with... What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her tonight? I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd been hearing it echo through the house for years. She said I was very upset, crying, and then my dad had walked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. So maybe the Zero is down here somewhere? So what are you doing down here, Shannon? Well, maybe the Zero is down here somewhere? Maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I've got business down here myself. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or, anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know when I see it. Oh, John, I would use WeTransfer for that. That'd be the easiest way. You can just upload the file and send the person to the link and they can go grab it. And then it expires in like, I don't know, a few days or whatever. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead.
Know they're Nazis here in America.
We would bring God's justice to them.
There we go. Okay. Obscure explaining the ad like was rolling. Maybe you can find a way to put a signal out ahead. Do some analysis and figure out what kind of topology you're up against. Topology, okay. Sure, let's look around. Topology, okay. Topology, that's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Okay, so I think that's gonna be our stopping point for tonight. We're like just breaking the surface in the story. Oh, they're still on the title screen. Let's, but I think this is a good stopping point. I think this is a good stopping point. Psylocke, oh my god, so funny. I think you have a point there, Psylocke. Yeah, any mission that requires spool of thread and breadcrumbs is suspect right from the start. Oh my gosh. Oh, A1. Oh wait, no, you don't have any bits. Ah, I wanted to do like a $1 donation to see like my donation alert. Hold on, I can do like a test donation. Oh well, we'll get to them next time. Ah, I have to update my captain's chair. That 300. Oh, it didn't work. Thank you, Psylocke. And it didn't work. Wait, it was supposed to do something. It was supposed to do something a little different. Okay. Well, I gotta fix that. That's why I want to like do one like actually on stream, not like in a test environment. Gear splaining. Thank you. We're about to raid you. About to get all up in that gear splaining business. Well, thank you, Psylocke. And thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed some of our new segments. I'll keep doing the Earthling of the Week segment with Rachel. Keep digging through, looking for unusual rare Earthlings. And then I'll do the little Earth science segment. And the game. Thank you, John. Yes, we will be playing Kentucky Route Zero through its completion. All 5 chapters are now out. There are really cool like interludes. And what they did with the interludes is there was so much time in between each of the chapters that they came out with these like little tiny little like artistic pieces that people could enjoy. And like one of them was literally a phone number. Like you literally picked up your phone, dialed a number, and it put you through to like this voice recording with like options and everything. Like they did some really creative stuff. So we'll do all of those as well. I know, I can't wait to see how it ends either, Molly. Did we get through chapter 3 or 4? I don't know if we got through 4 on stream. I think maybe we got through 3. But yeah, it definitely gets into some more like well, they say magical realism. There's like, you know, different worlds and universes going on, and it gets quite complex. It's a very subtly complex game. Yeah, I don't think we made it through chapter 4 either. I have like hair like in my face. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining again. Yay. Hopefully my June chair, I don't know if it will be here by next Wednesday. So I'll do another semi-short stream. Yeah, that's the reason why I started later, because I'm just like, until I get the new chair, and I'm trying to spend as little time as possible in these chairs. Yeah, and these chairs were like some cheap Craigslist find. They were not meant to be chairs that we sat in for a long time. We needed like a secondary chair in the studio for like the rare times that like we have a guest or I'm sitting in the studio with him working on something. So yeah, they were just meant to be like something maybe someone sits in for like an hour or two as a guest. And then we started streaming and doing all this stuff, and so they became like our office chairs. But A1 is sitting in one too, but it's not bothering him as much as it bothers me. So the chairs have gots to go. They gotta go. All right, guys. We're gonna go raid. Hang around. Oh yeah, Zylac, check out my galaxy nails. Yeah, Zylac, you've been going through a bit. Hugs. Let's all give hugs. Cheers, Lord Squeak. Thank you so much for lurking. Oh, I forgot to put on my bridge noise. Oops. How do I exit? How do you get out of there? There we go. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I gotta figure out why like the bridge noise like won't work. Squeak! Give that squeak. It's a space squeak. He's squeaking in space. Yeah, A1, there he is! Doing the squeak. Did I make a lurk command yet in here? No, okay, I'm gonna have to make like a lurk command. Alright, let me set up the raid. Awesome. And thank you so much for the bits! Now I'm sad that my special bit thing didn't work. I'll have to see why not. Okay guys, I will be with you in Discord. We'll be on tomorrow. Well, A1 will be on tomorrow with some drum and bass for Thursday Starlight in the Daylight. And I'll be back next Wednesday. As soon as I get my new chair, I want to add another night where I'm going to be doing a combination of ASMR and ambient music. So yes, I do plan to add that back into the mix. Bye Molly, bye Asian, bye everyone. Thanks, bye. Okay, I love you, bye-bye. Bonsoir. Let's go raid.